Morning, morning, everybody. Michelle is here. Michelle is here on January the 9th, 2025. And this is a Thursday. This is a Thursday after some of the most tragic events coming forth. And I just wanted to come on through and just to remind people we are in the effects of everything that's happening to us right now. Effects. So that means the cause. When did the cause happen? Well, the cause happened. Actually, the cause happened, if you want to be honest, I told you back in the 1600s. And in the 1600s, several people were attempting to warn the population about the climate crisis at that time. The 1600s, around that time, there was a climate crisis. That means that those that were able to use calculations, use math, use scientific information, forecasting, genuine scientific astrologers were warning about the potential for disaster if nothing is done. If you don't do anything about certain things now. The sound, what do you call it? Sounding the alarm, like I said, was in the 1600s. Okay, and it was about how we are overpopulating the planet with our human beings, equipments, toys, and how we are causing destruction to the planet because of, okay? The destruction to the planet is because of the amount of human beings on the planet. Not, yes, you can blame fossil fuels. Yes, you can blame this. Yes, you can blame that. But the main culprit is overpopulation of people, equipment, toys, materialism. We're materialism too. Materialism is what's destroying the planet. So that's when the cause happened, unfortunately. Back in the 1600s, like I said, there were genuine scientific astrologers coming forward, genuine messengers coming forward, genuine, whoever they are, as well as their helpers. People that are helpers, which was that we used to call disciples back in the day, but that term has expired. It no longer is relevant. Okay, and we have to accept certain things or not. The change in my appearance is I'm changing up my hair in a way, so I don't want to unveil it until I'm happy with it. And so you're gonna see me with my hats again. I started out with hats and this and that and the other, covering this and that and the other. So it's more of a cosmic. It's just a cosmetic change in how I grew my hair. Okay, that's the end of that. But yes, today is I'm sure it's a catastrophic results for a lot of people. A lot of people are having having to deal with devastation on all over the planet. Actually, there was an earthquake here. There was reports of a tsunami there. We had these massive wildfires on the West Coast, more so Los Angeles. Then we got that freeze. We have places where the temperatures are dropping below average. 20, sometimes even 20, 30 degrees below average. Something's going on all over the planet, and that's how connected we are. You can't do, not to mention war everywhere. These secret wars going on, and not to mention, all of that going on, and you and I are attempting to just get through the day as we are supposed to, meaning we are taking care of ourselves to the best of our abilities, taking care of our loved ones, being held accountable for our actions and behaviors, but yet we got all this other stuff going on in the background. And some of it is happening in plain sight. Some of it is being said in plain sight. I told you about the energy of words. So So to make this clear, we're in a lot of shit, literally, figuratively, and metaphorically. A lot is going on, and I told you we're in the effects of it. When you're in the effects of something, there's not much you can do to change it. It has to play itself out. Okay, I've talked for the most part on all of my videos about cause and effect. I think the majority of it is cause and effects. Something brought about by a cause. It's the result. And like I said, in most cases, you can't change it. Okay, you cannot change it. We waited too long, like I said, 1600s. And so here we are. And a lot of people are attempting to try to figure out what to do. Thankfully, a lot of people know about what's going on. And, we're doing the best we can to survive it, to, at the same time, thrive, and still generate and resonate peace and love and harmony, abundance, intimacy, wisdom, and truth. We still are able to find happiness, joy, and enthusiasm, despite what's going on. Okay, but I do send my heart. I send nothing but universal love to everyone all over this planet. Are dealing with these, unfortunately, climate destruction. Okay, that's happening all over the planet. Okay, certain places, for so long, certain places were self-absorbed. They were all they cared about was themselves, and there was self-love and self-absorbed are two completely different things. Self-absorbed. Okay, to be self-absorbed, meaning overly concerned about oneself, okay, to the point of ignoring the feelings of others. Okay, that is not self-love. That is what a majority of things, how things were allowed to get out of control because of self-absorption. People being self-absorbed. It's about them. Forget about these people. Forget about them. They're lazy anyway, right? That's what they used to say. Oh, they're lazy anyway, so they get what they deserve. They don't deserve blah blah blah. They don't take care of their neighborhoods anyway, so what's the big deal? Blah 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 blah. All of this inaccurate thought process about what's really going on. Okay, they deserve what they don't care about their property. They deserve it. They always destroy their property. All these lies and manipulation and deceptions that has been going on for decades upon decades, centuries upon centuries, about certain group of people. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve that. And so what usually happens with cowardly, self-absorbed people is, yes, they may experience certain type of destruction and whatnot. All they do is go and invade others and take what they have now. Okay, now this country belongs to us now. This land belongs to us now. This intimate domain fraud, which is fraud, by the way. Where anyone in these hierarchical Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, that hierarchical structure of that criminal negative energy, criminal negative evil energy. That's what they do. Oh, well, that's okay. We'll just go over there and take that land. No, we'll go over there and take that island. No, we'll go over there and take this. We'll take that. Blah blah blah. Use that kind of force to do so. And then that's where so many things have happened to certain cultures where they were attempting to wipe out certain cultures, with these lies and manipulation with the help of mainstream media, by the way. They say, oh, no, these people don't care about their property. No, these people don't care about their land. No, they're lazy. blah, 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 blah. And so what's so thankful about all of this, despite what anyone said, yeah, artificial intelligence is going to turn into a catastrophe as well, destruction as well. But one thing about artificial intelligence, because a lot of us are not thinking for ourselves, artificial intelligence can think for us, or think for you, or whoever depends on them to think for them, can put two and two together. They know how to multiply. They know how to calculate. They know how to use math. As best they can. But keep in mind about your artificial intelligence. I want to keep reminding, artificial intelligence turned out neutral. Artificial intelligence is only as good as the hands that fed it. All right? Keep that in mind. In other words, most of the hands that fed it weren't thinking, can't think. So they were relying heavily on artificial intelligence to think for them. Like there was a recent event that happened where supposedly this lone wolf used artificial intelligence to plan for an attack, and it failed. It ended up destroying him, but not necessarily causing the devastation, the catastrophe. I'm assuming this lone wolf hoped to have happened. In the process, he destroyed himself, eliminated himself. And that's what's happening with a lot of people, literally, figuratively, and metaphorically. They are eliminating themselves. They are replacing themselves. They are causing themselves to go extinct because of their illogical behaviors and actions. So even though we were warned about these kind of events back in the 1600s, hey, you cannot escape cause and effect. So when the effect decides to happen, or the results decide to happen, in most cases, we have no idea when that's going to happen. Palm reading is not going to tell you when that's going to happen. Potions is not going to tell you how that's going to happen. Okay? Claiming to be talking to someone's dead relatives that's not going to cause you to know what's the coming events. Okay? You can calculate it. Some of you that are using genuine, bona fide, proper mathematical calculations and also thinking clearly and effectively about, okay, what's reasonable, rational, logical, where's the abstract here, where's the objective, where's the subjective, so a little bit of theories and opinion to get the ball rolling. Okay, get the ball rolling. In other words, give your consciousness something to work with. Okay, to cultivate for you, contemplate for you. Okay, and help you to think and keep that ball rolling. A lot of us are stagnated. The ball is not rolling. The ball is just spinning. And so we run into deja vu. Okay? So I just want to get up this morning and say this as well. Sometimes you have to repeat, and I said this too. Sometimes you have to repeat at least 7 times. But do it in a way where you are progressing how you relay what you're attempting to speak about. Relay how you are attempting to disseminate. In other words, use different forms of communication. Use different forms and strategies about how to communicate properly with people so that you can reach people simply. Okay? I said this as well, that, what I have been doing is putting out breadcrumbs. Okay? Breadcrumbs meaning putting out, like hidden treasures of stuff. That's what it's all about as well. That's what great teachers do. They put out breadcrumbs, but they can't do you still have to think for yourself about stuff. All of us have a different way of expressing ourselves, and you need to express yourself. You need to do all of those factors that keep the ball rolling, keep you moving, movement, thoughts moving, having the proper thinking modes, grounding yourself in your reality, paying attention to what you hear, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, sense and receive, all of those sensings. Like I've been hearing the howling wind for a little bit over a week, that howling wind, as a matter of fact, I can hear it now. But I mentioned this some time ago, everything is now in the hands of Mother Nature. And what does that mean? Well, what is that? What is Mother Nature to you? Let's see what it says here. Everything is now in the hands of Mother Nature because we failed to answer the call. Mother Nature is it's a form of mother, a mother goddess. Something personification of nature that focuses on the life-giving and nurturing aspects of nature by embodying it in the form of a mother goddess. So supposedly this concept started back in the 1300s, 13 or 12th. Metaphor is what it is, parable metaphors. So again, it's in the hands. A lot of indigenous cultures have been for decades, millennia, have been attempting to warn society about the wrath. The wrath. What is it? They call that not the wrath of God. Let's see if they have anything that's clear and But anyway, it's still a myth. It's a metaphor. A lot of it is commercialized. So, you have to think it through. And if you don't want to think it through, then you're going to be dealing with a lot of consequences that's going to be devastating to you. No one has to know that you're doing that, though. No one has to know that you are considering what the hell is going on, and you want to understand in a clear and effective manner. You know what I mean? If you want to keep relying on, these certain supernaturals, then go ahead. Wrath. Let me see how that's pronounced. Wrath. Forceful, punishment, vengeance, violent anger, fury, rage, and I wouldn't say that's what's happening with Mother Nature or happening with nature. Nature is just dealing with the effects. And nature is an entity that wants to survive too, by any means necessary. And I've said to you, Mother Nature does not, I repeat, does not need human beings to survive. As a matter of fact, nature will thrive without human beings. Thrive. Okay, so Mother Nature is making things right, since we are not willing to, because of our beliefs, our reliance on supernatural, our ignorance, our ignorant behaviors, our illogical thinking, believing that somebody outside of you is going to take care of it. Oh, you know what you say. Oh, God is going to take care of that. Oh, God got me. Oh, it's all in the hands of Allah. Okay, you all say this stuff. And where's your evidence of that being true? Okay, to get the ball rolling requires you, the individual. Okay, nobody's coming to save you. Okay, and the God that you talk about is in the form of energy anyway. It's energy. So how is energy going to protect you? How is energy going to save you? It works through your consciousness. That's why I say it's important to evolve the consciousness. I can help you. Others can help you. That's what it's all about. But the effects of what is happening in the climate is irreparable, irreversible. It's not going to stop. As a matter of fact, it will get worse. It's going to be a fury unlike anything anybody has ever experienced in their life. And you're going to be sitting there, some of you, wondering, what the hell? What the hell? So a lot of you are intentionally not wanting to listen. A lot of you are intentionally feeding off of all of this fear factor about these events that are happening, Anything that happens on this planet in a catastrophic manner affects everybody on the planet. So if there are fires and wildfires in the West Coast, it affects all of us all over this planet. If there's flooding, freezing weather, tsunamis, earthquakes, it's affecting all of us. And the one that causes the most catastrophic damage of all are these wars that's happening, whether we know about them or not. Most of them are secret wars that are started by man. These powerful so-called men who are nothing more, nothing less than wounded, immature, degenerate, perversion, deviant. And the main thing is jealousy and envy. Jealousy and envy. That is what fortifies itself in a lot of people. So when you hear people running around rambling about, how they're using jealousy and envy to their advantage, okay, they're delusional. They're attempting to indoctrinate you. Jealousy, there's nothing, jealousy and envy is no different than evil. Okay, what you need to do is you need to neutralize things properly, but you don't need to be rambling on social media platforms, about, and you're attempting to sell your products is what you're doing. I mean, hey, about something you don't understand. Okay, words do matter, but you don't want to be intentionally confusing people as well. Thinking you're clever and sophisticated, and how you are projecting yourself as so educated, so knowledgeable, so intelligent. Okay, you're behaving ignorantly, and you also are behaving carelessly, recklessly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this right now. I got more to say, of course, but I do want to send love to all of you that are experiencing the devastation in your life. This is only the beginning. Some of us are definitely righteous, and some of you do not deserve certain things, but you do have to be careful with the company you keep. That means what kind of environment you're living in, what kind of people are in your circle. You do have to stay vigilant on that, and stay alert and aware, and understand, where we all fail. Like I said, collectively we failed. There's no way I can visualize we coming back together collectively during my lifetime, during this particular lifetime. But once I pass the baton on to my next personality, only time will tell with that as well. I'm doing the best I can right now in this material body to leave behind the proper essence of who I am by how I behave and act, and what I think about, and how that's going to affect my lineage from here on out. I have no concerns about that. So consider changing up some patterns in your life. Go from being self-absorbed with your materialism and your hoarding, and see how you can incorporate self-love. Because a lot of people that are self-absorbed probably are still wounded, cocky, arrogant, but they know how to show up and smile on television, smile on the social media platforms about all this so-called strength they have. And again, most of them are superficial. They're actors, whether they are in that profession or not. You don't have to be in the profession of an actor to not be an actor. You can be a dictator. Dictators are actors. The people that oppress are actors. Okay, those that love to be in the act of war are actors as well, sophisticated actors. They know how to get on television and cry in your face and carry on with their emotions. Okay, start paying attention to that stuff. I put a video out somewhere where you need to start paying attention in a more forceful way ever about what people are saying to you, how they're saying things to you, because a lot of false information is going to be spilling out of these social media platforms all over the internet. and in person. And I also said too, I put a post out, a lot more exposure is going to come forth, because the people that have been stealing and plagiarizing other people's material is going to get exposed. And there's, and in particular, in a certain field of people that have been stealing from certain people for decades upon decades. These cult leaders, clerics, they're going to get exposed as well, because the material that they have been taken, stealing the information they were stealing for decades, centuries, is not going to be available to them for a while. So now what are they going to say? What are they going to say to you? And if you're paying attention, you can pick up the discrepancies. You can pick up the lies. So that's why you need to educate yourself, self-educate yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Be able to bounce off these insults that will come forth for certain people. The insults, the harshness, okay, that bitterness, the kind of cruelty that we are putting forth towards each other. It is going to get worse before it gets better. So protect yourself, protect the ones you love. Keep your thoughts clear and effective about what you really want to do, what you really want, what you really need in your life. Okay? So go ahead and send peace and love all over the stars, the moon, the mountains, the universe. It's all about universal love. And remember, universal love was always inclusive. I'll be back.